So sorry that our Google Classroom is still having some issues. So what I'm going to do is talk you guys through what we were going to do today. I'm going to start first here with our edited speech possibility. This is for right before spring break. So today, this was what I was going to allow you guys to do on Monday, but we got into some issues. So today I'm going to allow you guys to join the Flipgrid, and you can complete your speech from the week before spring break if you'd like to today. However, you will not be able to earn full credit. That's the only issue. But it's better than nothing. And remember that you guys are trying to get yourself out of that hole for some of you, because you need to get this credit and you don't need to be getting behind on any of these speeches. This one was worth, I believe, 50 points, maybe even 75 points. So it is kind of an expensive assignment, and missing this one right off the bat would be very difficult for you. So what you will do is just join the Flipgrid. I'll have it open by the time class starts so that you can get in there and you can do it. Remember, these are the rules. You need to have a good introduction. Here in a minute, I'm going to share with you guys Victoria's speech, which was really, really good. She did all the things that we asked her to do. Number one, stood in a neutral area, made sure I could see all of her body, had good volume. She also used note cards instead of just kind of talking or reading the speech. And also, she had a very, very good intro and a very good conclusion. So we'll use hers as an example so that you guys can get in there and get yours done. Now, any of you that have done yours and want to redo it, you'll be allowed to do that as well. So let's kind of go into Flipgrid and let's see what Victoria has done for her speech. Let me just get signed in here real quick. Let me do this a different way, because this is not exactly the way I would like to do this. Now, right now, if you were to try to jump into the Flipgrid, this speech would be locked because it is not an active speech. So I am actually going to unfreeze this one. So now it's active. That means any of you guys will be able to use the link to get into it. All right, so here is Victoria's speech.
I'm sure we all have that one special person in our lives that makes us feel really special and loved. Whether it be a friend or a family member, we all have that one person that we can rely on to the most. And I'm thankful to have someone like that in my life as well. My name is Victoria, and today I'm going to tell you about my special person, one who makes me feel really loved and cared for, my best friend, Lily. Me and Lily have known each other for about 4 years, and as long as we can remember, we've always been there for each other. There was a time last year in school where I was acting the complete opposite of myself. I was feeling just mentally horrible. I was going through a horrible time. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't pay attention to hardly anything. It was just horrible for me. And I loved my friends. Lily was the one who came through. She would bring my favorite drinks, my favorite snacks, anything that she knew that I liked, she would bring to school just so she could make me feel better. Because that's all she really cared about. All she really wanted was to see me smile and happy, and I thank her for that. If she didn't do that, I'm not really sure where I would be today. Whether we video call, text, or see each other in person, whatever way we find to communicate, we would always find a way to put a smile on each other's faces. We would send each other funny pictures, videos, even our own conversations make us die of laughter sometimes. We're really funny people, if you ask me. We always find a way to make each other happy and smile, which is something we need at a time like this. We all need that one person to make us feel really, really happy, because things could go horrible if we don't. We could become stressed and depressed and really not know what to do. And that could lead to way worse things that I am not even know what we're talking about, because I'm sure we've all been there at some point. Myself included. Like I mentioned before, me and Lily have known each other for 4 years, and I bring this up again because it's relevant. At this point, we've known each other for so long that we call each other sisters. I have my own younger sister, and I love her too, but Lily feels like my own older sister, and which is something that I've kind of actually wanted. And just having her around makes me feel really, really happy and cared for, and she treats me like my own sister. I treat her like my own sister. It's really, really nice to have someone like that, like a best friend who you really care for and say you think is your own family member, because you love each other so much. What else are you going to call each other? You know? With all that being said, Lily is that person that makes me feel really special. And I'm sure we don't have that one person too. If you don't, you probably don't know, and you might want to start paying attention. Start paying attention to things that certain people do, and try to figure out if they actually care the most out of everyone. And then you'll know who that special person is. So probably I would start paying attention, because I'm sure we all have that one person. Whether it be a friend or a family member, I'm sure we all have that one person. So,
all right, and I'm going to pause it there. Now, also, that is not how fast Victoria spoke. I speed up the speech a little bit so that I can get through many of these in one day. So that was played at about 1.5 speed. That's why it seemed like she was really zooming through it, but she had a really good delivery and a great job. The things that I wanted to point out that I thought were the most important for everybody to understand is that intro. That intro, there was a quick question, a little bit of an answer, and then an explanation of what you're going to hear. And then as she got into the main parts of the speech, she had about 3 different things that she wanted to explain about why her friend Lily was such a special person in her life. So that is the exact format that you guys want to use. And then the other important thing to kind of point out is there's nothing on her head. She's wearing nicer clothes. I can see all of the areas that I want to be able to see, which is her hands. I can see her face well. So she's picked a pretty good area to do this. You could also do your camera up and down if you want. So all of these things are things that are really good and everybody else needs to do as well. But the most important thing are the note cards. Putting those simple notes on there so that you can remind yourself what things you want to talk about. Okay? So, as you guys get in here today, you just click on this link and let's get that speech done. I'm going to keep this open for today until the end of the day today. So after today, this speech will no longer be open. You will no longer be able to do this one. Remember, this one is pretty expensive, so you want to get it finished. Please, please, please make sure that you get this sucker done, okay? And don't forget also that you should have a written speech that you are turning in as well. After you have done that, or if you are skipping that, which is fine, you're going to open up this video. It's called Crafting Content and Tone. Now, this is a perfect segue into the types of things that I want you to be thinking about. What he talks about in this particular video is what our message is trying to send. Okay, so if we used Victoria's speech as an example, the content is about her good friend. And the way that she uses the tone is she wants you to understand that why she feels about this person and to convince you that this is the type of characteristics that a good person has. So that is the crafting of the tone of that particular speech. So what you're going to do, I'll open up the assignment so that you can kind of see it here. You're going to open up the video, watch it, and then you are going to find 8 different parts of crafting and tone that he talks about. The good thing is it's really easy and simple to follow because there'll be a little box of text that will show up on his chest. And then so all you need to do is just kind of pause your video, use your closed captioning, and then essentially you just kind of listen. And if you need to write down anything that he might have said that you might not remember, rewind it and then just type it out. So that's going to go into a doc. So what you have an attached document. And so what I want you guys to do is to open up that document and then make sure that you put that in. I believe I put that document in. It looks like maybe I didn't attach it. I'll get that attached as well so that you have that. Or you can just open up your own Word doc and then you just attach it to this particular assignment and then just turn in. Now, because of the way that the class is going today, we were supposed to talk about our nonverbal parts of our speeches, like what do we do with our body, what do we do with our face, how does that message get shown. He even talks about that a little bit in the video today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a separate video that explains these nonverbal slides, and then I will put that up before class is over today. So while you guys are working on this part here, by the time you get finished and turn that in, I will have the slides video sort of posted, and then I'll explain to you what you're going to do with that. Okay, so sorry about all this craziness today. Hopefully we get this sorted out pretty darn soon so that you guys are not in flux and we can't do our Google Meets. It's kind of important that we're able to, but let's kind of get those other things done. So just to review, this will be open until the end of today. So for those of you who didn't get this thing done yet, you'll get that finished. If there's anybody that wants to redo theirs, go ahead and redo it. Let's get this video watched and make sure that you do the 8 important topics that he mentions, and then I will upload a video here in just a little bit.